Hello, good evening from Latvia. We are in Ventspils, and it's the Basketball Champions League, a game between Ventspils and Neptunas Klaipeda. Well, what better way to spend your evening if you're a young man or a fan than coming out to watch your favorite team play. And some fans, even from Neptunas, making the journey from the fellow Baltic country of Lithuania to come all the way here to Latvia to watch this game. Also in Group B this week, MHP Reason Leeuwinsburg going up against the Bearstar Tenerife, Capo d'Orlando going up against Ilan Chalon, and then tomorrow Gaziantep taking on PAOK. So the fans are here and warming up. We're about 9 minutes away, 8.5 minutes away from the tip. And if you look at Neptunas, clearly these are two teams for different reasons that have really created headlines this season. But as we look right now, this is a game that is going to impact the standings in a big way. Neptunas have dropped to 5-3. They're in third place, and Ventspils are 4-4, but that's the same as Ilan Chalon. Remember, Ventspils coming off a very big win against the Bearstar Tenerife, and they did so at Bearstar Tenerife, and it was something that we would have thought that Neptunas Klaipeda might have done when they took on Bearstar Tenerife, but they crashed to a heavy defeat. So we saw very quickly there the lineup from Neptunas Klaipeda. There it is again. Juan Palacios, Jared Johnson, Reynaldo Sebudas, Edgaras Gelionas, Arnas Mikalauskas, Simas Galdikas, Matas Jucikas, Adis Anikas, and Larinius Beliauskas. Of course, Mendogas Dirgionis and Arnas Bukevicius were arguably the two best players in the team, but they left only recently and joined rivals Lithuanian giants Lietuvos Rytas. Ventspils, of course, Blake Hamilton, Ingus Jakovic, Rihards Lomas, Emmanuel Ubila, Igor Skele, the Latvia international, Ronald Zakis, Rueshovitz, Archos Greenbergs, and Robert Stelmars, the coach. Of course, Stelmars, former Latvia international player, and has also been on the coaching staffs of Latvia's national teams. And now he's showing what he can do here in the Basketball Champions League and also in the Latvian League. And you can see also the good sense of humor. It's nice to see that Kazis Maxvidis seems to be as loose as a goose here before the game as his team is introduced here to the crowd. So with Sebudas and Gelionas, it's a good Neptunas team, but without question it's a team that is kind of searching now to find that elite level that really it had when it had Butkavicius and Girgionis, the two up-and-coming talents who played for Lithuania's national team recently in the November windows for the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. And for Ventspils, all you can say is that their last win has really fueled hopes that, hey, maybe this team has the ability to go out and do something really special. Of course, we didn't think it was going to be anything special last week when Ventspils started off at Tenerife. They scored only 6 points in the first quarter, and then everything changed. They were outscored 17-6, and then they won the second quarter 27-12. They got right back into it, and it was they kind of held that, I won't say comfortable lead, but they had their noses in front, and they were able to beat the defending champions for the second time this season, 71-65. They did it at home on opening night, and then Stelmars took his team to the Canary Islands and won 71-65. So clearly they have the Bearstar Tenerife's number, and now it's a case of how are they going to fare against Neptunas Klaipeda. And if you look back and you remember how their first meeting went, Neptunas won that one 87-80. So that was also a tight game. And they're making an award presentation here. The mayor of the city of Ventspils, local weightlifter, winning silver medal at the World Championships. But that's what you're looking at right now. And as we look at these guys, they're probably thinking, wow, we could use a big man underneath. Why don't we see what this guy's doing? Ask him to practice. Maybe he could try out for the team, get some muscles under there. But you've got Ventspils splitting their first couple of games. They won against Iberostar Tenerife the first game, 73-72, and that was a real thriller. And then they lost at Neptunas Klaipeda 87-80. There he is, the silver medalist at the World Championships. So it's great to see the recognition for all the athletes and getting to sign the book. And an additional star attraction here in Ventspils for tonight. Ventspils followed that up, and they won at home over Lanchalon 78-77. Here are the referees tonight: Georgios Porsanidis of Greece, Sergei Belyakov of Russia, and Ventislav Velikov of Bulgaria. Ventspils lost at home to MHK Reeds in Lewisburg. Gaziantep then were no match for Ventspils, who won 99-74 in Turkey. But then Ventspils curiously slipped up at home, 66-55 against Capo d'Orlando. PAOK won at home over Ventspils 83-76, and then Ventspils, of course, last week hit the road and won 71-65. So, in short, if you listen to those results, Ventspils is a very tough team to figure out, to put it mildly. For Neptunas, tonight they're going to start with Palacios, Jerry Johnson, Lemonis Kisielius, Ronaldo Cebudas, and Edgaras Zelionis. And I'll go through some of their results as well. Neptunas, of course, Bukavicius, who was in their team, has recorded the only triple-double in the Basketball Champions League for Kazas Maxavidis' team. And they're starting five tonight: Hamilton, Ubila, Skele, Yusikas, and Brueshevitz. Mike Brueshevitz, who's had some good games this season and being rewarded with a spot in the starting five. And there's the coach of Ventspils, Robert Stelmars. Neptunas, as we go through their lineup, look at their team over there on the bench. They opened the season with a 2-point win over Lanchalon, and they followed that up with that 7-point win over Ventspils. They lost, however, at MHK Reeds in Lewisburg 95-83 back on October 24th. After that, this team got on a roll. Neptunas won 114-73 over Gaziantep. Neptunas won 90-60 at Capo d'Orlando. They won at home 82-69 over PAOK, and boy, they had the wind in their sails. And then coming right back from the international break, they lost 90-67 at Iberostar Tenerife. And then we watched them last week fall 86-81 at Lanchalon, and that just kind of illustrates how they've dropped off, I think, substantially without Bukavicius and Georgionis. So again, it's a team looking for some other guys to step up. And Jerry Johnson, prime candidate. He's a veteran. He's played for Kazakhstan's national team. And Maxavidis just needs that next man up philosophy to help his team come out and beat what is an up and down Ventspils team, but certainly a team that has the capacity to advance from the group phase and to get into the playoffs. Well, everybody, welcome to Ventspils Latvia, the Ventspils Neptunas Klaipeda Basketball Champions League game, the second game between these two teams this season. And getting it inside as Neptunas, they take it back outside to Kisielius. And then Zelionis can't hold on to the ball. It goes out of bounds. And back over to Ventspils. So Vila brings the ball up the court. And now looks inside, dribbles around up top, guarded by Palacios. Now he's going to dump it down low, and a foul called on Kisielius. So Eutychus was the player that was fouled. Now he's battling down low or outside for position. And Shelley gets inside, whips it back outside to Hamilton. Hamilton hits the three-pointer. So he's got the first points of the game. Had his feet set. And now the drive and the basket from Zelionis. Haley was the big man last week. Now Eutychus goes inside and is fouled by Palacios. Ooh. You can see why Palacios had that stare after that call. Coming from behind. One of two, however. Vila gets in there, gets the offensive rebound and scores with the putback. So great start here for Ventspils. And a bit of a worrying start for Neptunas. Palacios off the back of the iron, and Bereshevitz goes up and gets the rebound, and he was fouled from behind. I thought it was Zelionis that came in. So it was Zelionis indeed with the foul. Bereshevitz passes out to Hamilton. Here's Eutychus. Turns this time and scores. So they started slow last week, but it's not the case tonight for Ventspils. Eutychus had 10 points and 4 rebounds against Iberostar Tenerife last week. Whereas Jakovic had 12, Ubila had 11, and again, Scaly had the 19. They were the 4 players that hit double digits. Ubila had 8 assists as well, so he played exceptionally well. Good defense from Bereshevitz. Gets his hands up. Ubila dribbles between the legs. Now pulls up at the line, hits another shot. And I'll tell you what, if Neptunas do not put the ball in the basket this time, I would not be surprised to see their coach ask for a timeout. They don't look right. There's Sabudas. Jerry Johnson pulls up, that's off to the left. Sabutis able to dump it to Zelionis, and he scores. And it's interesting when you look at Zelionis playing against Ventspils, because, of course, this was the team he played for last year. And we saw him in the Basketball Champions League, so he might like to give that little bit of extra going up against his former team. Skele drives in, nice little runner. Well, he looks like he's taken a step up since the Eurobasket, and also since playing at the World Cup qualifiers, hasn't he? Palacios, a little bit too hard, and then the ball goes off of Hamilton. Palacios, shot clock winding down, has to put it up on the baseline. And he's struggling to get the ball to go down so far. Now Hamilton, and he was fouled by Jerry Johnson. Maxivitis having a look out on the court, thinking, what can we do a little bit differently here? Well, I think it was a good block from Zelionis. Got his hand on that attempt. Sabutis pulls up, misses. But Zelionis there for the, or no, that was Kisielius. The offensive rebound, then he's fouled while he tries to go up and put it back in. Look at the Neptunas faithful making the journey. Kisielius misses the first one. So really, if you are a Klaipeda fan, a Neptunas Klaipeda fan, and you want to drive to the game, it's just right up the coast. It's about 213 kilometers up the P111. And Jakovic misses. Zelionis with the rebound. So now blocked and into the hands of Jakovic again, another of those Latvia internationals who played in the World Cup qualifiers. So both Klaipeda and Ventspils in the Baltic Sea, or Baltic seaside towns. And the drive and the basket and the follow is good from Zelionis, who seems to have the bit between the teeth now against his former team. Zelionis, 6 points, 4 rebounds. And the alley-oop pass was no good to Utsikas. Wasn't able to catch it. Now Jerry Johnson. Kisielius dumps it to Palacios, who goes baseline and then puts up an extremely difficult shot and makes it. Well, he had his struggles early, but Palacios decided to go baseline, and there was no stopping him. Look at this. He stayed with it, and Utsikas is upset with himself. So he is going to go over and take a seat. Ventspils, whose biggest lead was 8 points, are now up by just 3. And if Palacios makes the free throw, it'll just be a 2-point game. Remember, this is a Group B game. Palacios misses the free throw, so it stays at 3. And Zakas, who's come into the game, saves it before it goes out of bounds. You've got MHP Reason Lewisburg up top at 7-1. And then you've got Iberstar Tenerife at 6-2 in second place. And Zakas goes up and misses, or fails to get the rebound. That miss was from Gabric, number 5. Johnson to Kisielius. He's going to back up Hamilton. Now he's going to pass it back outside, and Palacios lets one fly from deep. And Hamilton collects the rebound. Gabric setting up outside, and all the alley-oop pass, no good. And then Gabric followed up the shot. Should have scored with a putback, but missed it. And this allows Cebudas now to launch a shot from deep, and he misses. And the pace quickening a little bit here. But neither team able to put the ball in the basket. Uvila misses from deep, and now Lithuania International Cebudas has it. Palacios right at the line, he misses. And good rebound from Hamilton. Gabric. Uvila out to Jakovic. He's open, and he hits the three-pointer. Well, he's a good young talent, and again, he was good. Certainly for Latvia in those World Cup qualifiers. They won at home against Sweden. They lost at Turkey. And now Palacios loses control of it as he gets into the lane. Uvila whips it to the corner. Now Gabric has it. And he misses, and now this allows Cebudas to get out on the break. And he just takes it all the way. Reynaldo Cebudas. Well, you could call that a 4-point swing. Had Gabric been able to make it. Now Palacios with the rebound. And you can see Stelmar is not happy with the execution. And offensive foul called on Cebudas. Jakovic did a good job of reaching in. Cebudas not in agreement, but so Cebudas takes a seat. And it's Neptunas already over the limit. So any more, and they will be going to the line, although we've got less than 50 seconds to go here in the quarter. Brejcevic is fouled as he gets down low by Kisielius. I wonder if that stat was right, actually, over the limit, because he didn't get the free throws. Player control foul. Should have put him on the line if they were over the limit. Fault. So Ventspils now with 6 fouls. So Brejcevic gets the friendly roll. I like this guy, Brejcevic. I like what he brings to the table. I don't think he began the season as first choice, if you will, but he has proven his worth. to Robert Stelmars. He's feisty. Ventspils has it. Being hounded by Jakovic. Young Latvian on a young Lithuanian. And Jakovic this time guilty of the reach. Ventspils not a pure point guard. He's more of a combo guard or two guard. But remember, without Girgionis, he probably handles the ball more than he used to. But Jerry Johnson pulls up for three. Galdicus couldn't get the rebound. Ventspils up 6 and looking to get another basket here. Jakovic steps back and a foul in the battle for the rebound on Mikalauskas. Well, I'm not. No, it wasn't. No, that was not on Mikalauskas, but not much to it. Anyway, Ventspils puts up an attempt from 3/4 of the length of the court, and just 11 points for Neptunas Klaipeda in that first quarter. They are trailing at Ventspils 17-11. So Ventspils 3 of 4 at the line and 4 of 10 inside the arc, 2 of 7 from long range, whereas Neptunas Klaipeda 0 from deep. They have yet to hit a three-pointer. So Stelmars, well, a little bit better from his team in that first quarter, and he will know they're going to have to step it up a little bit if they're going to beat this Neptunas Klaipeda team tonight. Again, it is a case of the Beliauskases and the Mikalauskases of stepping up a little bit without Bukavicius, without Girgionis, and they still have aspirations of getting in that top 4, but it's going to be a real dogfight for them. No question about it, without Bukavicius and Girgionis. And also, Ventspils, clearly a team that may be a little bit better than people realize. Skele, though, misses with a runner that time. Now Galdicus, also, he could provide some impetus. Nice passing. And Zelionis, I think somebody came over the back of Broishevitz. And if it is on Zelionis, that's his second. So they do a good job here passing. And it was indeed a charge called on Zelionis. And he goes to the bench with his second personal. And it could be the coach, I don't know, but maybe he's saying you got to catch that and just shoot it with a jump stop, perhaps. Well, you don't necessarily have to shoot it, just catch it and pass it to somebody else. Anyway, we'll never know, will we? Utsikas has it over to Avila. On the baseline, oh, a beautiful shot from Ubila. He's playing well, isn't he? Ubila played well last week. Had those 11 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 steals at Iberostar Tenerife. And here he is having a good start tonight. Kisielius able to get the ball out. Here he is now, feet set off the front of the rim. And Skele, Iger Skele spins. He's bigger than you realize, isn't he? Iger Skele. Yuchikos drives in and is pushed. So he earns a trip to the free throw line. And I think Galdigas kind of moved into him, got him with a chest. So Skele, talking about his size, this is Yuchikos. This is the first. Skele is, let's see here, 1.92 meters in height, about 6 feet 4 inches tall, and just 25 years of age. He turned 25 on December 4th. And now foul. Sabutis helped up by Lomas. He's coming into the game, picks up his first. Juhas Lomas, just 21 years of age. Three-point attempt is good. Finally, Kisielius. So he's now 1 of 2, and finally a three ball goes in for Neptunas. Chele drives in and travels. So he shakes his head in disbelief, but the ref has spoken. Sabutis dumps it to Galdikas, and Galdikas is able to control his movement towards the basket, lays it up softly, and now goes to the line for a potential three-point play. And Proasevich got in there just a little bit too late. But I think the foul might have been on Skele. It was indeed. Both players in a little bit too late. And boy, he got some love that time from the basketball gods. Ball hit the rim, went up high off the backboard and came in. And here they come again, folks. Borasevich goes out of the game. No low 5 from Robert Stelmars. And Mikalauskas picks up another one. Hamilton, by the way, has re-entered the game for Borasevich. Vila. Dumps it to Yuchikos. Oh, he goes up and brings that rim down with 2 hands. Look at him hang on it. Goes up with a little bit of power. Sabutis is able to make the pass. They swing it. Galdikas has it. Hands it off to Baliauskas. He puts it up and hits the long jump shot. So Beliauskas with his first basket. Now Hamilton takes the hit from Mikalauskas. Well, it's a young player, Mikalauskas, but he will get better, the thinking goes, with the more experience that he gets. 20 years of age, Arūnas Mikalauskas. And failure to convert the three-point play, so it's only a 5-point lead, but Mikalauskas 2.02 meters in height, that's 6 feet 8 inches. Sebudas. And boy, Gaudikas held on to it too long there, trying to make his move, and Hamilton just knocked it away. So the 2-point shooting percentages for both teams. And there's Mikalauskas going out of the game there and takes a seat. He played at the Under-20 European Championship this summer for Lithuania, for the team that finished 6th. Here's Jerry Johnson, another jump shot to a 3-point game. So many opportunities for these young players with their national teams, youth national teams, under-20s, under-19s, under-18s. Here's Zakis. Oh, looked a bit awkward there. Could be a favorable matchup for Gaudikas. Now Jerry Johnson gets in. Oh boy, he had the move, just didn't have the finish. And now Ubila. Skele, shifty move by him, and Gaudikas picks up his second foul, steps in front of Skele. It's an unfortunate foul for him because they need him out on the court, and the coach is saying you don't need to step in front of him, you need to move your feet. Because instead, you put them on the free throw line because we're already over the limit with 4:41 remaining in the quarter. And that's a lot of potential free throws now for Ventspils. And Agishkele just more than happy to take advantage of that. Jakovic coming back in, he replaces Lomash. Johnson drives in, the pass to the corner. Oh, good play by Kisielius to save it. And then over to Beliauskas, who hits another jump shot. And now an offensive foul called on Zakas down low. Kind of, yeah, you can't use your left arm like that and also grab the jersey. I mean, that's an easy call. No, nope. Look at the tape, Reynolds. It's not allowed, my friend. They call it pretty tight. Now Palacios, oh, much better from Palacios. It's interesting with this Neptunas Klaipeda team, not only do they have Mikalauskas, who played at that under-20 European Championship this summer, but also Beliauskas was in that team. So these young players getting a chance to play now for Neptunas. And Sebutis hits a three-pointer. And just like that, Neptunas Klaipeda have taken the lead. Look at them. They're rocking and rolling up there in Klaipeda land. They're saying, we're glad we made the trip. And Stelmars calls timeout. He is not going to be a happy camper. So you see the two-point shooting, the three-point shots. Stelmar saying we got to spread the floor, guys. Everybody doesn't have to just pack it in. Maxivitas feeling much better. See second chance points. That's huge right there. 13 for Neptunas Klaipeda. Just 4 for Ventspils. I tell you, getting contributions from quite a few people now, Neptunas Klaipeda. And clearly the Sebutis three was big. Palacios has got 4 points. Sebutis has 5, 4 for Kisielius and Beliauskas, 4-piece, and Jerry Johnson, who's also in the game, he has a couple. Hamilton, alley-oop, Utsikas missed the shot. And Stelmar saying he got fouled. Those eyes are burning with intensity. And now a technical foul has been called for the complaining, I think, by the bench. So Sebutis does not capitalize. So yeah, Stelmars was slapped with a technical for arguing that Utsikas had been fouled. Neptunas now 2 of 5 at the free throw line. Nice bounce pass, Jerry Johnson to Palacios, turnaround. Oh boy, that is money! And right at the other end is Hamilton with the answer. Here's Palacios again. Jakovic drifts in. His passo, however, knocked away. Palacios has it. Palacios goes, Johnson goes between the legs and gets it into the corner. Sebutis, Kisielius decides to put it on the deck, but then I think he traveled. He did indeed. Minute and a half remaining in the first half, and Neptunas Klaipeda are still leading by 2 after the Shiele miss. But then Kisielius just lost the ball, was able to get it back. And now Sebudas puts up a 3. Another one for Reynaldus Sebudas. And maybe he's the player that really has to lead this team with Gear Jones. Look at that. Kisielius just lost it, but Yusikas wasn't able to get it, and it ends up being a 3-pointer from Sebudas and a 5-point lead. So 3 3-pointers now for Neptunas. And when the 3-pointers start to fall, it makes a huge difference. See the rebounding. So 6 offensive rebounds for Neptunas, and that has helped them. Saw the stat earlier on the second chance points. Well, Christmas in just a week's time. It's incredible, isn't it? And some Christmas music. And right now, all the jingle bells are being heard from those Neptunas Klaipeda fans. They're the ones that are watching their team with their biggest lead of the game. However, Hamilton goes to the other end. And now he's got a chance for a 3-point play. And it was Palacios. So Palacios picks up the personal. And he converts it. So Ventspils deciding we want to go into halftime with a lead. We're under a minute remaining now in the first half. Kisielius drives in and draws the foul from Gruesovitz. Palacios has 2 fouls. So does Kisielius. So does Zelionis, Mikalauskas, Galdikas. And you wonder if Makshvidis might be tempted to take Palacios out because he's got those 2 fouls. Seems a bit prone to picking them up. Also Kisielius. Anyway, he's going to leave him in for now. 45 seconds remaining in the first half. And the pass goes off Hamilton and back to Neptunas. Well, Stelmars knows his team went on the road and got a monumental victory at defending champions, the Bearstar Tenerife, last week. And he doesn't want to turn around now and lose at home to Neptunas. But in the Basketball Champions League, there is a huge unpredictability factor. And inside, oh, what a move! And that's why you keep Palacios in there. The big man powers his way up for a deuce in their biggest lead of the game. It's a 6-point lead. Final seconds ticking off the clock in the first half. Uvila has it, shakes, bakes. Is he going to put it up? He waits too long. And not a good way to end the first half for Ventspils. Neptunas Klaipeda lead it 37-31. So the numbers, obviously 12 of 22 for Neptunas. They'll live with that. They've got the 3 of 10 from deep. Ventspils doing some more damage at the free throw line. But the rebounding is a problem now for Ventspils, and that's something that when Stelmars will have confirmed once he looks at the stat sheet, he'll talk to his players. We've got to do a better job on the glass and take away some of those second opportunities from Neptunas. So we're at halftime, and Hamilton with 10 points leading the way for Ventspils. Palacios hit that last bucket now. He's got 8 points. Kisielius with 5 rebounds for Neptunas. And Kisielius, however, has the 3 turnovers. You wonder if Stelmars might want to keep he might want to keep Jakovic in the game a little bit more. He seems pretty dangerous. Anyway, we're at halftime, 13 and a half minutes to go before we tip off in the third quarter, so we'll be right back.
Stay back
37-31, Ventspils trailing at home to Neptunas Klaipeda here on in the Basketball Champions League. Game day 9. Boy, this season is flying. And we even had the international break. But lots of interesting talking points throughout the season. One of them being that Ventspils have been able to beat the defending champions twice at Verstar Tenerife. They won here on opening day, on game day 1, and then they won last week in the Canary Islands. But they are struggling for the second time against Neptunas Klaipeda. Neptunas from Lithuania, nearby Lithuania. They brought some fans with them. And just down the road, in fact, if you go look at a map, you'll notice that Ventspils is up on the coast. You take a coastal road to get here, and about, well, it's not a long drive, just under 3 hours. And the Ventspils fans here perhaps a little bit frustrated with their team led by 8 points, but is now trailing by 6. So what does the coach have to say at halftime for Ventspils? Wouldn't you have liked to have been a fly on the wall? Let's try to listen in now and see what the coaches say before we start things up again. So, well, we didn't really hear as much as I was hoping. But if you look back at it, Blake Hamilton, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists for Ventspils, leading them in scoring. And Yusikas has 6 points as well as Avila. And for Neptunas Klaipeda, 8 points for Palacios, 8 points also for Reynaldus Sabudas. Sabudas 2 of 3 from three-point range, and 6 points for Edgaras Zelionis, who he was in our screen, number 11. He played for Ventspils last season. So we are off and running, folks. Welcome back. 6-point lead for Neptunas in the blue, and they will try to put a little bit more distance between themselves and the team in the yellow. Ventspils. Bureshevic reaches in, causes some problems. Zelionis able to get it back. And the pass over to Jerry Johnson. It was too long. And now Bureshevic gets the ball. And Ventspils come down looking to get a basket. And the pass intercepted by Palacios. Jerry Johnson and left his feet. And the ball goes out of bounds. Well, he says the ball went off of Bureshevic, and I wonder, but one of his problems was that he slipped just as he got into the lane, Jerry Johnson. Avila pulls up at the line and misses, and Palacios again with another rebound. Now Jerry Johnson goes baseline, and long jump shot no good from Palacios. Yusikas drives in and scores. Well, somehow he was able to force that up and in. He managed to get himself through 2 defenders and then just kind of forced it up. off the glass. Palacios steps up and hits another jump shot. He's got the quality, folks. He now has 10 points to lead Neptunas. Staley and Palacios reaches in and knocks it out of bounds. And Uchikas again goes down the lane. Looked a little awkward, but he has made up his mind. He is going to take the ball to the basket. Kisielius fouled by Hamilton. So second foul on Hamilton. Sebudis wide open. Good. That was the 2. And the referee having a word with Sebudis about kicking his right leg out, perhaps. And now Zelionis sneaks in there and gets the steal. Kisielius hits the trailer. Zelionis, the beautiful reception in the lane, and then he goes up for the two-handed jam. 8 points now, the biggest lead of the game. For Neptunas Klaipeda, now the turnover. And Kisielius lost it momentarily, gets it back, puts it up off the glass, and Stelmars calls timeout. His team trailing by 10 points. So they got to try something different. See the shooting now. Neptunas Klaipeda up to 59% inside the arc. 16 of 27. Fast break points. Boy, doesn't that tell you a story? Neptunas Klaipeda, 12 fast break points, none for Ventspils. And Zelionis coming out playing with some fire against his former team. That was the score that they just had on the break. And you know what? If you get the ball when you hustle down like that, you're going to hustle down the next time as well. Hamilton and Burasevich misses. Villa has it. That'll be one that Burasevich wishes that he had back. He could have made that. Shele drives in, and he has received the foul by Sebudis late in the shot clock. Never easy. There's no such thing as an easy game, really. And now the drive in the basket from Hamilton. Well, I take that back. They did win rather convincingly when they played at Gaziantep. That was a big win. But usually it's a tough old ask, especially in a Baltic derby. Sebudis drives in, and the little runner is good. Beautiful layup, rather, by Sebudis. Utsikas kind of reached in there like he might affect the shot, but Sebudis laid it up and in. Bracevic drives in. Good strong move from him. Sebutis probes. Palacios for three. Good! Their biggest lead of the game now, 11 points. Hamilton open and almost. It went front back of the rim, stayed out, and Bracevic then reaches in and commits the foul. Utsikas is going to take a seat. Jakovic looks at him. He says, calm down, big fella, calm down. It was Bracevic's foul, his second. And after kind of a frustrating start for Neptunas, they now are clearly in the ascendancy. They're up 11 and they have possession. Can they put this Ventspils team away? Palacios again from deep. Kisielius goes up for the rebound. And the ball goes off of Zelionis. Stelmars tells the former Ventspils player, yeah, it did go off you. Come on, who are you kidding? Watch this. Oh yeah, it was kicked. It was kicked by Zelionis. Bracevic penetrates, passes outside to Lomash. Ubila. Lomash open. Jakas not able to rebound it. Instead, Palacios gets it. Gets it to Johnson. Sebutis now on the baseline. And Zelionis, good job getting the rebound from him over to Johnson. And Johnson misses another one. Quite get the ball to fall, Johnson. Hamilton misses. Oh boy, that's frustrating for him. And Zelionis catches it down low and scores. And Stelmars has to burn another timeout. A 13-point lead for Neptunas Klaipeda. So Hamilton with 12 points. Usikas with 10. Gabric, meanwhile, is going to come in for Bracevic. "13 points for Palacios, leads all scores. Palacios had that slow start to the game, but now he's got it working. He's 6 of 14 from the floor, 5 of 10 inside the arc, 1 of 4 from deep, and he's got the 13 points as well. He's got the 6 rebounds and a couple of steals. So the big fella. But Max Vitas knows there's a long way to go in this one. 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Ubila. And, yeah. Galdikas claps his hands. Look at this. He was wrestling with Jakas. And the foul called on Jakas. He hasn't been influential at all tonight. He could be a player that could get it going. Galdikas hands it off. Now Galdikas catches it, but a foul on Lomash or Jakas? Lomash. No Gulbis tonight. That hurts Ventspils. And Sebutis now puts it off the back of the rim. Now Hamilton has it. Hamilton puts it up. He's got a soft release, but it just won't quite fall for him right now. But just as Neptunas had their early struggles, we could see Ventspils getting hot. But right now, it's all about the team in blue. Galdikas powers his way up for an easy one. 15-point advantage for Neptunas Klaipeda. And Gabric's not able to catch it. The ball goes out of bounds. And there it is. So that confirms it. Oh boy, they're getting serious now. The shirts have come off for the Neptunas fans. No, the ball, the referee is saying the ball is indeed Ventspils. So Jakovic has it, almost loses it. Lomas, young Latvia international, over to the senior team international. And Jakovic, well, hits the three-pointer, folks. I told you, you got to get him in the game. He should be playing more. He's got that look of confidence in his play. Sebutis for three. And Jakovic collects the rebound. Takes it back in the middle. Drives. Passes to Gabric. And he gets blocked by Zelionis, but good job from Zakis to get the ball and score with the left hand. Johnson loses it temporarily, gets it back, pulls up for three. Oh, can't quite get it to go. Zelionis not able to rebound it with Gabric on from behind, coming up on the 1 minute mark, and a little bit of hope here now for Ventspils. They were down 15, so they're on a 5-0 run. Marcus won't be taking that one, and then Skele is bumped. Only the second team foul against Neptunas here in this third quarter. Nice backcourt pairing right now for me, Skele and Jakovic. I think Jakovic could take Mikalauskas. Skele puts it up. Well, I'm sure that's what the doctor ordered. So Neptunas will take the shot clock down. Might want to try to get 2 for 1. And Beliauskas, his three no good, but Galdikas with the rebound. And he is fouled. Another foul on Zakis. Strange when Zakis, I mean, he started the season, he was like on fire. He had 14 points, 8 rebounds in the win over Iberostar Tenerife here in Latvia. But that's been his best game of the season. Galdikas did not look confident that was going in when he released it. Here he is again, and misses both. And Zakis gets the rebound. Skele pushes it, and they're going to take the layup. Oh, he's going to get blocked by Mikalauskas. And Lomas says, "Where's the foul?" And the referee says, "That was a good hustle play by Mikalauskas. Look at this." Comes in. Well, in fact, the contact was with Sebutis, but refereeing and judging that it was no foul. But this time a foul is called. But not while he was taking the shot. And we're going to get a first look tonight at another youngster for Neptunas. An unsportsmanlike foul. Oh, and a technical foul called on Max Vitas. Oh, what a finish. What incredible. This could be a huge swing. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Unsportsmanlike. He grabbed him. It was well spotted by the ref. Look at that. You can't do that, Mikalauskas. And then Max Vitas complicated it by complaining. So you get the technical foul. So Jakovic goes to the line, makes the first. Makes the second. That gets it back to 8. Now there will be a technical foul, a technical free throw. Surely Jakovic should take it. He just made 2. And he will. So he has cut it now to a 7-point deficit. So that's 3 points. This could be a 6-point trip down the floor if Ventspils hit a 3-pointer. Boy, what a swing. What a turn of events. Utikas. And Bereshevitz misses the 3. And the lesson there, folks, is don't commit the unsportsmanlike, and then don't complain about it when you do. But it could have been worse. Neptunas Klaipeda lead it 54-47 with 10 minutes remaining. So shooting-wise, Neptunas, one of their weaknesses is at the line, 4 of 9. And, if this game gets close, those will be free throws that they'll look back on and think, wow, we left some out there. See these highlights here. So we've seen Ventspils have a better start early. Then they were trailing. They fell behind by 15 points in the third quarter, but they've managed to shave that deficit back to 7 points with 10 minutes remaining. And you just don't get the feeling that Ventspils have been able to execute, to run an offense that they want to run tonight. So final 10 minutes now underway here in Ventspils, Latvia against their Baltic neighbors, and the turnover. Delmars has both hands clasped together, almost as in prayer. Now Beliauskas misses. He needs to watch it. Doesn't want to lead with that forearm, clearing out. Skele has it. Remember, this is a crucial game. And in terms of the league standings, even though there's quite a ways to go in the league, these two teams are 3rd and 4th. Beliauskas hits a three-pointer. Boy, that was big time. Back to a 10-point lead. And now a reach and a foul. Well, we talked about Beliauskas having played for Lithuania's youth teams, and also the departures of Girdžionis and Butkevičius, which effectively placed far more importance on his shoulders. Certainly with Butkevičius' departure, but we also saw Beliauskas handling the ball in the first half. Now he's guarding the ball. He's guarding Jakovic. Doesn't do a good job, but Jerry Johnson's slid in there and helped out. And Jakovic tried to get a steal. Johnson pulls up from 3 and finally gets one to go. And it's back to a 13-point lead. Hamilton. A little runner. Is that going to be an alley-oop pass? Well, it doesn't matter because Zelionis has it, and he outruns the Ventspils defense. And it's back to a 15-point lead, the largest of the game. Zakas spins, turns, he's fouled by Gaudikas. Again, you know, with Zakas, he had the 14 points in the first game, in the win over Iberostar Tenerife, and it's been his best game. He hasn't really been able to capitalize. He hasn't been able to build any type of momentum. In fact, he's only had one other game, and that was the third game against Elan Chalon, where he had double digits in scoring, 10 points. Of course, one of the issues is minutes. He doesn't get as many, perhaps, that would merit him scoring that much. Utsikas gets it down low, misses, but Hamilton there for the follow. Rubila, excuse me. Beliauskas for 3, and Gaudikas is fouled by Bereshevitz. And you just get that feeling right now that this Neptunas team is in control. Kisielius goes hard in and gets the foul called on Hamilton. It is again. So going back to where these teams are in the standings, you got Lewisburg, MHP Reason Lewisburg at 7-1. They're in first place. And Iberostar Tenerife, whom Ventspils have beaten twice, I might add, they're at 6-2. So their only losses coming to Ventspils. They're in second place. Neptunas Klaipeda are 5-3. And Ventspils are 4-4. So, you know, if Ventspils do not recover here and they lose, they very well may drop out of that top 4 this week. Back to a 15-point lead for Neptunas. Utsikas turns, and Kisielius with the rebound. Now Johnson has it. Chance of Lietuva coming from the Neptunas fans. It's Lithuania and Lithuanian in the language. Domash will take a seat. Gabrish comes back in. Johnson again, wide open. Really had it feel, but it rimmed out. A toilet bowl shot. Ubila drives in and misses. Kisielius couldn't knock it away from Bereshevitz, who looks for an opening. And another foul called on Neptunas, on Sebudis. He's saying Stelmars is like, pass it, and then shoot it. We're not passing enough. We're not spacing enough. Sebudis comes out. Still plenty of time for Neptunas. They just have to score and get some stops. Utsikas takes it, hands it off. Ubila working against Beliauskas. Now passes to Gabrits on the left. And back into the hands. It goes to Neptunas, and they'll be in no hurry. Oh, Zeliunas drills a three against his former club. And that takes it to 18 points now, the lead. And that's a confident-looking group right there. Zeliunas having himself a nice little game tonight. 15 points, leading the way for his team. In fact, Zeliunas 15.7 rebounds, a block shot, and a steal. So he's really getting the job done tonight. You see shooting percentages gotten progressively better for the team in blue. Also 17 assists for Neptunas Klaipeda. Just 7 for Ventspils. So Jerry Johnson, 5 points, only shooting 22%, but his role really isn't to get out there and score, although they'll take his points if he can give it to him. Gabrits, ball goes off his hands and back into the hands of Neptunas. But Johnson has only 5 points, but he does have 7 assists and just two turnovers, so it's a good assist to turnover ratio. Also has a block shot. And well, that was a quick 3 attempt. But they get it back, and the ball knocked out of bounds. Jakovic. Concerned look on his face. Sebudis. And Gabrits with the rebound. 5:40 remaining. And now the clock is an issue. We have seen some big comebacks. It has to be said in the Basketball Champions League this season. So this Neptunas team not out of the woods yet. And they will know that. Second foul on Beliauskas. 4th team foul on Neptunas here in the 4th quarter. Hamilton with a little runner, can't quite get it to go, and Kisielius fouled by Hamilton. Fourth foul on Hamilton. And a drive and another foul called on Gabrits. Gabrits just his second, but with time now clock the enemy, and over the limit, Neptunas will go to the free throw line. First shot is good from Sebudis, and you get the feeling right now with Neptunas Klaipeda, they think they're going to win this game. I mean, they know it's not over, but they like their chances. Probably the only chink in their armor tonight has been an inability to make their free throws. They're 7 of 13. And Jakovic hits a short jump shot. So with that missed free throw, you know, you could say that's a 3-point swing. 17 points the deficit now for Ventspils. Got to play D. They got to get a stop. And they just turned the ball over that time. Kisielius kind of lost his balance as he drove in and made kind of a crazy pass over to Palacios. Look at this. I mean, he may have tripped over the foot of the defender, but Scaly has it. Jakovic spins, puts it up just beyond the line, and he is fouled. With 4:23 remaining, not what you want to be doing if you're Neptunas. This man has already proven that he can make some free throws tonight, and you're stopping the clock as well. He's a perfect 3 of 3 at the free throw line, 4 of 4, and he looks good on that release, doesn't he? And Max Vitas knows this thing isn't over. Come on, guys. Got Johnson back in the game. Jakovic now 5 of 5. With a full court pressure, and they beat it easily. Now they'll be more than happy to take some time off the clock. Palacios. And from deep, it's good. How about that from Beliauskas? Another one from him. Beliauskas having one of his best games of the season tonight. He's got 10 points. He's got a couple of assists. And he's, you know, providing. He's contributing. That's the main thing. 18 points to lead. Utsikas goes out. And with the game being as late as it is, you have to say that was a dagger from Beliauskas right here. Look at the emotion on the young man. And Borashevitz has it knocked out of his hands, but when the referee says it went off of his hands, and Stelmars has the look, this isn't working for us tonight, is it? Oh, that was a shaky episode from Johnson. There's just 2 seconds now on the they've got just, oh, they're going to say it is indeed off of Johnson. And you don't want to see your point guard turn it over that easily, that's for sure, even though there's a little bit of pressure. Now Jerry Johnson commits the foul, and again you stop the clock and you put a good free throw shooting team on the free throw line. That kind of night for Iger Skelly hasn't had it working tonight. He has struggled. Just 4 points, 1 of 5 from the floor, now 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He's Hasn't taken that many shots, and he's been on the court for a long time. Well, Neptunas take more time off the clock. Sebudis drives, dumps it to Zelionis. Oh, he's going to get some votes, folks. I'll tell you right now, for the team of the week. He has played well tonight, Zelionis. And that was a 2 for Shele, but it could be too little too late. Zelionis has 17 points, 7 rebounds, a block of steal. He's got an efficiency right now of plus 25. Write that down. He will definitely be in contention for a spot on the team of the week. And he's had some good plays as well, a couple of spectacular plays, running the floor on the break and dunking it. And the other thing that you take in consideration there is the fact that they are playing away from home in a Baltic derby against his former team. And what has to be a crucial game as Neptunas try to find their rhythm following the departures of Girgionis and Butkavicius. Staley pulls up for 3. Hey, don't write these guys off yet. Not with Scaly out there. He's starting to get the bit between the teeth. Back to a 14-point game. Sebudis back to Palacios. Palacios, what are you doing over there? Well, he pulls up and hits the jump shot. He almost turned it over. Scaly again pulls up, and boy, he's had no problem scoring in the last minute. He scored so many points. He only had 5 just a minute ago, and now he's got 12. Entry pass, and Zelionis scores with a little reverse. His back to the basket. 19 points. And again, that efficiency mark for him has gone up to 27 against his old team. He'll be getting some low 5s. Some congratulations, I think, after this one from his old teammate, Skelly. And now he gets another block. Zelionis getting the job done, isn't he? Not in his house, he says. And the defensive pressure leads to the turnover, and all smiles now over there on the bench for Neptunas. And they have had the fire. They've had some difficult times of late, but maybe tonight a win here in the Baltics at Ventspils could be a turning point for Neptunas Klaipeda. And Beliauskas drives in. Zelionis was going for the tap. Jakovic steps back. That 3 is good. I just think he's got to have a bigger role in this team. He was fouled by Scaly out on the perimeter. Less than a minute remaining. Wouldn't say it's been a thrilling game, but you have to say it's been an impressive game. And there was almost there was a real opportunity for Ventspils at the end of the third quarter when there was an unsportsmanlike foul called, a technical foul called. They got the 3 free throws, but then they did not score for a 5 or 6 point trip down the floor. Sebudis calmly makes the first one. Here's the second. he does make the second one as well. So their free throw shooting percentage is getting a little bit better here late. They're up at 9 of 15, 16%. Skele to Bereshevitz. Spins. Finds Lomash. Passes back outside to Gabritz. It's a three. Back to a 12-point game. Galtikas. He was fouled by Bereshevitz. No, the execution wasn't there. We heard it time and time again. The spacing wasn't there offensively. But you look at so many different things about this game from a rebounding standpoint. They have just been utterly destroyed. Well, 10 offensive rebounds. And now Mikalauskas is bumped and goes down. Well, sometimes you have bad nights. Sometimes you have great nights. Last week was a great night for Ventspils. They went to the Canary Islands and they won. Mikalauskas misses the first. Just when they got it up to 60%, they missed another one. Now they're down to 59%. However, he makes the second. Skele comes out. Lomash drives, misses. Iliauskas. And from the corner, that attempt is no good from Anikas. And Bereshevitz misses the layup. So mission accomplished for Neptunas Klaipeda there with 11.2 seconds remaining. They're up 14, look at 13. And the second one is good from Hamilton to a 12-point game. And three-point attempt is good. Coming from the bench. Makes it even that much sweeter. Jakovic's attempt is no good. Three-point attempt was made by Utsikas from Neptunas. And the final score, 84-69. That's probably about right, actually. They were pretty decisive. 84-69 Neptunas. Well, you see shooting percentages. 9 threes for Neptunas. Just 11 of 19 at the line, but that ended up not hurting them tonight. There's Zelionis, the man of the hour. Somebody's going to have to buy him a steak tonight. Maybe he'll have to buy the steaks. A good big Lithuanian steak for his teammates. Or maybe some venison. And now they look back and see them celebrating with their fans. Zelionis 19 points. How about Kisielius leading the way on the rebounds with 9 rebounds. And Jerry Johnson with those 7 assists. Jakovich led the scoring in the end for the hosts. Platios with the 2 steals. Zelionis had the 2 blocks. And Now they're going up and high-fiving the fans, and that's what you like, that connection with the players and the fans. You like that more than anything. So, MHP Reason Ludwigsburg up top. They are 7-1. Neptunas Klaipeda 6-3. So they are temporarily now in second place. Iberistar Tenerife in third at 6-2, and Ventspils are 4-5. And of course, they can drop out of the top four if Elan Chalon win their game against Capo d'Orlando. So we're going to look back at some of the highlights. And again, that was Zelionis getting his dunk on the break when he trailed. And we saw some good things from Sabutis. He picked his game up in crunch time. And Jerry Johnson did hit many, but he did hit that one. And again, Zelionis showing the hustle, getting down the floor, running the floor well. And Zelionis again, he just really got it going. Now Jakovitz, he had it working as well, 16 points. Beliauskas with the emotion, and Stelmars could see the game basically slipping away from his team. And it was Zelionis' night, without question. Skele, he got it going, but it was too little too late. I thought Palacios was going to turn it over there, but he was able to get it back. And there was, again, Zelionis for Neptunas. Skele ended up tonight, 12 points, 2 rebounds, just 1 assist. And in that final minute, Gabrich was able to hit that three-pointer, and then we saw the Neptunas players celebrating with their fans. They even went up to the stands to say thanks for coming. So 84-69, Neptunas Klaipeda win it at Ventspils. A good night for the team from Lithuania. Thanks for watching, everybody.